I would gather as soon as you look in, you say, this can't be Saturday afternoon, that's for sure. Yes, we have a little something special planned for you today, and I think we're going to have fun for the next hour, because right now we are in Hollywood, California, in a recorded program, of course, because it's nighttime. A celebrity party. Our Dr. Pepper friends put it together, and if I hear voices out here, I think we got some late arrivals. Yes, by golly, these are the people that are our special invited guests. You're one of our winners. May I have your name?
John Smith.
Where are you from, John?
Monroeville, Pennsylvania.
Well, let me find out who's coming up next in line.
How do you do, Dick?
You're Mrs. Smith?
Yes, Virginia Smith.
We're delighted to have you here. Won't you go in and make yourselves at home? And you, sir?
I'm the bottler from Monroeville. My name's Sam Lombardo from Dr. Pepper Bottling Company.
Sam? Thank you very much for coming. Enjoyed having you here.
I'm Sam Jr.
Hi, Sam. Go and join your dad and make yourself at home. Who are you, sir?
Henry Krause from Austin, Texas.
Henry, you won the contest. One of the three winners. Delighted to have you here. May I have your name?
Henry Krause, Austin, Texas.
How are you? Nice to have you with us.
Phil McNamara, Dr. Pepper Bottler at Austin.
Welcome aboard, sir. Nice to have you here.
McNamara, Austin, Texas.
Mrs. McNamara, won't you make yourself at home? What's your name?
Jerry Adams from
Hi.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Jerry, nice to have you.
And this is Jerry Adams.
Adam, thank you very much. Now, they're going in to join the fun, and that's exactly what I wish you'd do. Welcome to Hollywood. A party, by golly, a celebrity party, and you're here in all your living glory. I think you'll have fun, and you'll see and hear some interesting things and interesting people. I know by all means that you'll see a familiar face here and there. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we have Miss Connie Francis over here with us. Connie, my dear, how are you?
Are we on television?
You are on television at this particular moment. The last time I saw you, you're making a motion picture. Are you still in the process?
We're still doing, it's called Looking for Love.
Yeah, what kind of a part do you play this time?
Well, I play somebody that's looking for love, the story of my life, but since I started the picture, I haven't had time to look.
Connie, dear, please make yourself at home. Let me sneak over here behind you, if I may. Donna, come on here a second. I'll talk to you in just a half a second here. I want to get my props. Bobby Freeman, I haven't seen you in 2,000 to 3,000 years. How are you?
Fine, and you, Dick?
Very, very good. You making the one-nighter circuit?
Yes, between that and a lot of the nightclubs.
Make yourself at home. I'll be back with you a second. Can I introduce you to the fellow I wanted you to meet?
I'd love to meet anyone you want me to meet.
All right, now, hold on a second. Paul, would you come here a second? You're kind of buried down there in the fireplace here.
Down on my pillow.
Do you realize how many years have you been doing the Donna Reed show?
6 now.
And it's still going on full force?
Still going on.
Now, in the recording field, you know that the fellow makes a few records. Have you got a current release?
Yes, cheerleader.
What's it like? Wild and furious?
No, it's kind of
What am I
cute.
talking about? What's it like? I've heard it several thousand times. What is your biggest ambition, Paul?
I think my biggest is to become a good actor, a good, steady working actor.
Oh, good luck and Godspeed. Thank you so much for coming by. Donna, step over here a second. I want you to meet a gentleman that's been a friend of mine for a long time. Bobby, would you come here a second? I don't know whether you realize, but this particular house we are in right now was lived in by Frankie Avalon, Fabian, Laurence Olivier, and Baxter, John Hodiak, and this man's name is Bob Marcucci. Have you met Bob?
Yes, I have. Hi, Bob. How are you?
My pleasure.
He is the current resident. He is the manager of Frankie Avalon. Bob, thank you for letting us use your home.
Pleasure having you here, all of you.
It's really beautiful. It's great. It's perfect for us.
Now, steady. I'm going to put you to work a little while. Right now, if we can take a half a second, I would like you to meet a young lady that's joined us many, many times in the past. Ladies and gentlemen, Annette. patio.
Yeah.
Sit down for a second. Is it chilly like this in California this time of the year?
Not usually. I think this is colder than we mostly have it.
You know, we had a half a second inside before to talk, and you've got a couple of motion pictures working out. Tell me first of all about Mr. Disney.
I'm still under contract to Mr. Disney, a non-exclusive, which means that I am permitted to do outside films.
You are about to do one. Are you not following the success of a thing called Beach Party?
Right. Frankie Avalon and I are working together again in one called Muscle Beach Party.
It's the one with John Ashley?
Yes, Johnny's in it too.
And they're all inside. I'm going to get to them in a second. Do you still surprise people when they look at you and say, whatever happened to your Mickey Mouse ears?
Well, the show is being rerun again. So the new generation that are seeing it for the first time think I'm still 12 years old. And they won't believe now.
How old are you now?
I just turned 21 last week.
Hey, hold on a second. We got to reminisce old times, and I want to see a friend of yours inside. You know, the most difficult thing, I think, in a situation like this is to try and get to everybody. I don't know whether you know Dick Dale talking to Annette here. Dick is, oh, you're fine. Don't run. You got your coat on already. You're freezing still. You look... No, make yourself at home. Dick, are you still with the surfing craze and the wild and wonderful California-style music?
Oh, you better believe it, Dick. I'd never give it up.
How do you know, people ask me this question. How do you handle young people? You do a great job of it.
Well, actually, I thought the secret behind the whole thing is just to let them know my problems, and you just tell them don't be ashamed to admit anything, and if you're just down to earth with everybody, they seem to get the idea.
It's worked very well, I know, in your case. Dick, we're delighted to have you here. Have you met Bobby Bell, by the way? Bobby Dick Dale.
Never jokes in my ear.
Never too big to say hello to you. You're a comedian, essentially, Bobby, and most of these people are recording stars and motion picture people. Where are you working these days?
Well, I'm out here doing some television. I just finished the Joey Bishop show last week.
Is it more difficult to do a television show than, say, a nightclub act?
No. I think it's pretty simple, very easy.
Let me get to a friend right next to you here. Frankie, we were talking... Mr. Avalon, by the way.
Frankie Avalon said I helped them as much as I could.
This is a man who used to, many moons ago, live here, by golly, before he got married and moved away. What is the picture coming up with Annette? She started to mention it.
It'll be called Muscle Beach Party, Dick. It's a sequel to Beach Party.
You know, I have seen you about 7,000 times in the last year on television. Is this a big aspect of your career now?
Well, I'm trying to combine, does all my material.
You're not going to get any lines in with him here.
No, I'm trying to combine television and also motion pictures and also my nightclubs and recordings.
You know the young lady on your right here? She's a wife of a very good friend of yours. You're fine. John Ashley and Mrs. Ashley. Debbie, I talked about John's project already with your friend Mr. Avalon, but you're underway with one with a fella down the street here. What will it be called?
The Young Lovers.
You play the part of a?
Young lover.
Who stars in the picture?
Peter Fonda and then Nick and myself.
This, incidentally, the Nick Debbie referred to is Nick Adams down below here, and we'll get to Nick in a few seconds. John, let me ask you a question. When you made Beach Party, was it warm out here?
It was then. I don't think it's going to be now. At the time when we shot it, it was great at the beach, wasn't it, Frank?
Do you know anything about surfing? You're an Easterner.
Well, I'll tell you, to be very honest with you, Dick, I got to do a little surfing when we were doing the picture. In fact, John and I used to go out in the mornings before we started shooting, and we'd go out and surf.
We're talking about it in Pittsburgh.
About 5 o'clock, right?
Hold on a second. I'll leave you to reminisce here. Donna, you've met an old friend of mine here. Have you met formally with Wayne Newton?
Hello there, Dick. How you doing?
Wayne, I got to swing. I'm fine. I got to swing around this way. Donna, what were you talking about? Anything particular?
Oh, nothing. Just we worked together about a few times, and so we've just been reminiscing, kind of. Talking about school also.
You're not going to school anymore, are you?
No, I'm out of school. I actually been...
You're a deceiving man. How old are you?
21.
You know, you have the look of a young man, a very young, not that 21 is old or anything. You know, I heard such great things about the Crescendo when you were here. What are plans for the future hold?
Well, I open at the Copa December 5th for 3 weeks, and I'm looking forward to that because we played the lounge at the Copa for 22 weeks, and this time we're going downstairs, and so I'm like a little nervous.
Godspeed and good luck. Thank you, Wayne. Honey, come here a second, will you? This, I could make a horrible pun, is Judy Doll, a beautiful doll who is Miss Teenage America. Are you having fun?
I'm having a wonderful time.
You and I are going to get a chance to talk a little bit more. Would you join us by poolside for a second? You just scoot down there, make yourself comfortable, and we'll have a chance, okay? Now, in the meantime, down by poolside, some people have got, one of the biggest songs in the country, April Stevens and Nino Tempo. know, I always feel so sorry for everybody down here because all the activity's up top there. Yeah, are you enjoying yourselves, I hope?
Very much.
Having a wonderful time.
You know, I came out here with the express purpose of getting this thing personally autographed. You gave me a copy of Deep Purple by Nino Tempo and April Stevens unsigned. Now, we'll have none of this. Just a second. I brought the pen and the whole thing, and you're in business. How did it come to be that the two of you started working together? Did you not have separate careers?
We did. Dick, April sang alone, and I worked alone. And I used to play saxophone on Bobby Darin sessions. And Ahmet Erdogan, the president of Atlantic, came up and said, "Hey, man, what do you do besides play saxophone?" So I said, "Well, I'm working up an act with my sister. Would you like to come over and hear us sing?" And he said, "Okay." And shortly after, he did, and here we are.
Now, as a single performer, aside from the fact there's a family relationship involved, how did you feel about working with your brother?
Well, it was sort of a drag.
No. That's a fine thing to say.
No, we really have fun.
Well, what does the future hold for April Stevens and Nino Tempo aside from a very fine album, which is now autographed?
Yes, it's now autographed.
Did you do the honors?
No, right now.
Half a team done? What's coming up, April? What will you look forward
We're
to?
going to New York to do a concert at West Point, which we're very excited about, and more TV, I'm sure, and whatever we can, we're very excited.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. Now, I want you to be extra careful walking beside this pool. Let's have nobody into the pool
They
tonight.
fall in.
Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Nino Tempo and April Stevens. Last I saw of Donna Loren, and I can't vouch for it now, we're about 300 feet away. I think she is up in the living room, and if I'm not mistaken, she is about to sing. Donna? Thank you, Donna, very, very much. I got your husband, by golly. We left him stranded in the other room.
With my wife.
How long have you been married, Nick?
To my wife?
Yeah.
Oh, 5 years.
You are not a newlywed, then, by any means.
No, sometimes it seems like that, though.
Do you still feel like newlyweds, you two?
No.
Jim Stacy and Mrs. Stacy, Miss Connie Stevens. Do you have fights already?
Already? I never knew it was going to be like this, Dick.
Oh, now, steady, now, steady. Jim, if I may just pry a little bit, where was the first time you ever saw Connie?
Oh, that's easy. That was back in about 57 in Milwaukee. I was doing a picture there.
Were you impressed at that time?
No.
If you don't mind, I think we'll stop right now while we're... Tell me about Palm Springs weekend.
Well, we opened, I guess, a couple of weeks ago, and it's doing very well. You know, it's one of those fun kind of pictures. What can you say about it?
You look like you're having fun.
Teenage epic.
Steady now. Now you, the old man of the mountain, I have seen you in so many...
Last time I saw you, I sang a record about 5 years ago on your show, and I didn't sell any.
Thank you and good night.
Your show is my record.
The last time I saw you, you had a big buckle on and long hair. Since then, you've done 1,000 rolls.
Now, the poor man, Jimmy Cassidy.
I still got long hair, you know. Now I'm playing Killers.
What is this thing you're going to do with John Ashley's wife, Debbie Walley?
Oh, it's a thing called The Young Lovers, in which we just finished with Peter Fund and Sharon Hugoney, and that'll be out in April.
You're also co-starring with another fellow that is causing quite a stir these days, Mr. Chamberlain.
Yeah, Dick Chamberlain in the picture called Twilight of Honor.
What sort of a part do you play?
Well, I'm the killer, and he's my defense attorney, and I won't tell the people what happens, but he does a pretty good job.
Tell me the truth. Jim, do you have fun playing different types of people? First of all, what kind of a guy is he really?
He's a nice boy.
What's the worst thing you ever did on the screen? I don't mean in terms of profession, but what was the nastiest character you ever played?
I really haven't played a nasty guy. Most of it's been comedy, Dick.
You look forward to being a mean guy?
No, not really. I enjoy comedy.
That's fair enough. Finish, Bobby. All right. Thank you. By golly, if you're 16, then you have followed the career of Johnny Crawford. Oh, incidentally, for those of you just joining us, we're delighted to have you back at our celebrity party. Donna, we were talking about Johnny Crawford. Here's the man in the flesh, Donna Loren, Johnny Crawford. You don't look an awful lot older, but how do you feel?
Well, I feel a little bit older than I was yesterday, and a little bit older than I was the day before that, and a little bit older.
How long can this go on? No. Johnny, you appeared for many years in The Rifleman, and as a young man, you had a lot of acting aspirations. You ever want to be an actress?
I sure do. I'm going to begin soon.
You are a singer, and what's going on back there? We'll find out about them in a second. What's your greatest ambition, John, having had all of this acting experience?
Well, of course, I want to continue acting as long as I can, and eventually I would like to become a producer someday because there are all kinds of films.
So you can be her for just a minute. I'll patch you up and match you up. John, make yourself comfortable with food. This, incidentally, is Bobby Pickett, Donna Loren. Bobby Boris Pickett. You know, the last I talked to you, Bobby, you were, aside from monster mashing, you were interested in the acting field. Have you pursued it?
Yes, I have, Dick, and with a little bit of luck, too. I've done a lieutenant, and it's going to be on tonight on this network.
On this very night, you're going to be... Congratulations. All good luck. Stuff yourself, my friend. Make yourself comfortable.
Excuse me, Dick, I'm going to have to go heat up some Dr. Pepper.
We can do the hot thing. Can you get a hold of Judy? I promised her some hot Dr. Pepper. All right. Now, she says she had never tried it. Jan Berry, as I live and breathe. Well, as usual, you're stuffing yourself. Jan of Jan and Dean, by the way. Did you bring the rest of the group?
Oh, yes. This is Jill Gibson.
Hello, Jill. Nice to see you. This is a new member of the group? Yes. Shelly Fabares? What are you doing hanging out in company like this?
Yes.
Have you known one another a long time?
Yes, about 3.5 years now.
You know, I'm always amused by people who make their homes here because I've found so few natives. Dean Torrance here on my right. Are you a native Californian?
I'm a native, yes.
Are you, Shelly?
Yes, I am.
This is probably the only 3 or 4 people here who really... you were born here?
We were born here, right.
This is impossible.
Proud of the place, too.
Hey, I heard you're going to play not a villainess, but a sort of a different role.
Yes, I did the first dramatic part I've ever done on the 11th hour. It should be on in a few more months.
What sort of a character are you?
Well, I play a young bride, and he marries this boy who has terrible problems, and it's the story of our trying to work our problems out.
Are you... you're not gay. Are you fellas still going to school?
Yes, we are.
What does the future hold for Jan and Dean professionally? I sound like a straight man here. What happened?
Professionally.
Professionally?
Professionally. She, amateurly, we're on the Ted Mack show.
You're putting me on again. Now, you told me you're going overseas or something.
Australia.
When does it happen?
During Christmas vacation.
Godspeed. Good luck. We'll see you in a second. I'm brewing up a little thing over here. Out on the chilly patio, no less. Here are the challengers. Thank you, gentlemen, very, very much. Well done by George. Speaking of George Hamilton here on my left, Jack Jones on my right. You mentioned something about you have something in common.
Yes, we do. We both have the same writer. He wrote each song that we recorded.
Yours
I
is
think I
wise.
could word that better.
Oh, you would try it again, but George, a lot of people were surprised when you entered the recording artist field. What inspired this?
I was surprised too. It was something new for me, but my father was an orchestra leader years ago, and music was kind of natural to me. And I think nowadays, you know how it is. You've got to enter the back door to get into the front. I think I started in acting first, and then I always wanted to sing, and so I had to first get kind of planted in pictures.
Well, does this facet of your career have anything to do with the fact that it's rumored you might play the part of a musical hero type?
Well, I'm going to do, I think, Hank Williams' life, the story of Hank Williams, and as you know, what a wonderful country artist he was. So I went down to Nashville the other day and spent a month there the other night.
Oh, you'll get letters from the Nashville Chamber. Now, wait a minute. I got to fight you on that because I'm going to be in Nashville in a couple of days, and this is the most fabulous town in the world.
That's what I mean. It's 16th Street. I was down there with Farron Young and all of the Claude Gray and everybody down there, and I loved it. But I think what I meant by a month was that we were up night and day, you know, because I couldn't stop. I sat in a hootenanny. That's what they told me it was, and they played every song that I've heard country, and then all the new ones that were coming out. I loved it.
Well, you know, the most fascinating thing to me about Nashville is there are so many artistic people